Hello everyone, happy Thursday. Hope everyone's having a good day. It is pouring rain here in Southern California, which I know is super weird because usually it's not like this, but I've been cooped up inside. I actually tried to go out earlier and it just got rained down the whole day. So I was laughing because I was sitting here and I was like, okay, I want to pull a card because I got a brand new card deck. Some of you guys that were inside of my Facebook group, I did like a card pulling for the ladies that were inside of there, or if you follow me on Instagram. So I got this new deck and I was so pumped about it. Here's what it looks like for those of you that are jumping on or watching the replay. I don't even know if you can see that. Hi, Bridget. So I wanted to jump on. Hi, Kathy. And so this was so funny because this is the one that I pulled for today, and it's been raining and I've been stuck inside all damn day, and it literally says go outside. It says you've been indoors for too long, go get some fresh air. And I'm like, I'm trying, but I get poured on when I go outside. And Ziggy Ziggy, my dog, is a golden doodle, so he's like, all the poodle in him is just soaking wet. He looks like he has a bad perm. But that's where we're at today. And I want to talk with you guys tonight about receiving in your business and a little bit about selling and how all those things are interconnected together, especially if a lot of you are getting ready to launch within the new year, or maybe you're going through that right now. So if you jump on, make sure you say hi and let me know where you're tuning in from. If you're watching the replay, make sure you use hashtag replay. You guys can say hi to Ziggy, of course, as well. He always loves hearing when people say hi to him. So, okay, I want to talk first about receiving, because this was something for me that I didn't realize was one of the biggest blocks that I had in my business when I was growing it. And when I was really trying to scale myself to that next level, was I was like the worst receiver in the world. And that was not just in my business, that was in every piece of my life. In relationships, Ziggy says hello, in relationships, in friendships, in asking for help. Like, there were so many things that I just was not able to receive. And I realized that had been something for me that I had struggled with, for a long time in my life, was being able to ask for help, because there was this whole proud moment in me. Always, I was like, I can do everything by myself. I don't need help. Like, I got this. I'm good. And I never realized how much that was actually cock blocking me in my business too. And when we struggle to receive in, relationships, especially this time of the year too, with like giving, if you're that type of person that's always like, oh, I just love to give and give and give and give. And then at some point you hit your wall of feeling like burnt out, or just feeling like you're doing everything for everybody else. How we do one thing is how we do most things. And you'll notice those things that stem that way into your business too. So one of the easiest ways I can describe this to you guys is think about when somebody gives you a compliment for something, or think about when you're at the grocery store and someone's like, hey, can I grab your bags for you? And you're that type of person that's like, nope, I'm gonna make it all in one trip by myself. Or when someone says, thanks, Abby, I know he needs to get down, but this is not his time, where he's like, mom's not gonna watch me and I can do whatever I want. So think about when, let's say you can't find something at the grocery store, or you're trying to carry all the things and things are falling, and someone's like, do you need some help? Do you need some help? And you're like, no, I got it, as you're struggling. Or think about when someone gives you a compliment and they're like, hey, I love that, dress on you. And you're like, well, thanks, it has pockets. Or, thanks, I got it here. Oh, no, it just happens to look good on me. And we go into this whole justification mode, right? It's like this energy when someone tries to compliment you or someone tries to ask you for help. I know for me in the past, I instantly had to give it some sort of justification, or I was kind of awkward around receiving that. And I couldn't allow myself to get excited and own that. And that's the way that, if we want to receive in our bank account, if you want to receive clients, if you want to receive, the money, the sales, the clients, the customers, the product, whatever it is, you have to think about what's happening in your relationships. Are you open to, pleasure? Are you being able to do that to yourself? Are you able to ask for help when you need it? Are you able to outsource? Are you able to, just be able to receive in all the ways of our life? Because usually the first thing that we do is I got it, I can do it all on my own, and I don't need help. So once you realize that might be a pattern, or if this is something that I'm saying to you and you're like, damn, I do either justify things if I need help a lot. So think about if you've ever asked for help and it's you ask for help, or you say you can't do something, or you need to take something off of your plate, and then there's 25 different reasons that you throw on right behind it. as soon as you ask for it. There's that justification piece that happens around there too. And if you're the type of person that's also like, I give and I give and I give and I show up all the time, I'm just putting all my energy out in there, out to the people around you or whatever it is, and then it's time for you to receive, and you're just like, how can I do this? How, am I worthy of this? Do I deserve this? And those little fears start to pop up into our head. Think about how that starts to come into our business, right? Like there's this ripple effect that then occurs. So it's like, if you can't receive a compliment, how do you expect to receive, a $10,000 month? It's very, very related in all the ways in your, like I said, your sex life, in your business, in, receiving money and receiving clients. It all connects itself. And so as we're doing that, and as we're working on being able to receive and being able to show up, it's also being able to step into our power. And I notice what happens a lot of times with some of the women that I work with, it's, they've launched out a product or they've launched out a program, and we're 2 days into their launch and they're like, it's not working, no one's buying, like, what am I gonna do? SOS, like, Erin, it's done, I'm giving up, like, this, I don't think anyone's gonna be able to do this. I'm gonna have to relaunch, and it's just not working. And we're like we're 2 days into it. Hi, Allie. Or there's a week, or it's like a 3-week launch, for example, and we're 1 week left out of the launch, and they're like, I'm not gonna hit my numbers. Like, there's no way. There's still a week left, and no one's bought it yet. And we end up like blocking ourselves from receiving everything that we want to, because we instantly go into this like panic and fear mode of, is somebody gonna buy? Is this gonna work? Am I worthy of this? Like, oh gosh, there's a week left. And I know I've done that before too. There's been a week left in a launch, and it's been like, oh gosh, like, how am I gonna do this? Or what's gonna happen? But we have to be open, one, to things being like miraculous, right? So a lot of us, we decided to grow a business. You decided to jump and grow a business because it didn't necessarily make sense, right? Like if you left your full-time job, like I did a few years back, or if you're building a business, or you're wanting to leave the 9 to 5, and maybe this is like your side hustle right now. If you wanted things that made sense, you would do different jobs that made sense, right? Where you got a paycheck every single week. And if you're feeling that pull to get away from that, then you're feeling that, that pull to get away from that too. But we cannot, one, give up before we've even gotten started, because shit can happen whenever shit can happen, right? Like you could be a day left into your launch and 10 new people come in. But if you've stopped and been like, that's not gonna happen for me, or oh gosh, like, it's not worth it, or people aren't interested in it, or I did this wrong, like we instantly go into like, here's everything I did wrong, instead of here's everything that I'm doing right, and focusing on that, like, it's not over until it's over. So if you've ever done that with your launch, or you're getting ready to launch something, or you're putting something out there, stop giving up so early, because there's always things that can happen. If you believe in the miracles, if you believe in the magic, if you believe that it's possible, and that people, need what you have, and you have a gift and you have a service and you have something that can help people. And so remembering that, coming from that heart-centered place as well when you are selling, is so important. And I think one of the other things that sometimes we kind of get into the mindset too is, I like to call it giving it all away on the first date, where someone asks you about something, or you're talking with somebody about working with them, whatever it might be. And I was even talking about this with a client last night, and she's like, it seemed like it was going well, and then all of a sudden it wasn't going well. I was like, send me some of the messages and let me kind of look and see what was happening back and forth. And the thing that she was doing, and I think that even like a lot of the women that were inside of Burnout to Sell Out with me, they're like, oh, I'm literally giving them all about the how. I'm giving, here's all the workouts that you get, here's how long the program is, here's how many calls you get with me, here's when we're gonna meet, here's what's inside of the course. And it's all like how, when as women, we don't necessarily buy most of the time on the how. We're buying on the emotion, we're buying on the transformation. We're trying to get out of pain, and we want to get closer to pleasure. Like, we want to buy things that are going to make us feel good. We're tired of feeling in that place that we're feeling at right now, and we're buying a product, or we're working with somebody because we don't want to be where we're at anymore, and we know that this person can get us to that next level because we believe in them. So we kind of went back through her copy or her conversation with the woman that she was talking with, and I was like, you remember when we talked about giving it all away on the first date? And she's like, holy shit, yes, like, that's exactly what I did. I was just going into, here's how many calls you get, and here's all of the, information about, the program. So start to think about that when you are maybe discussing working deeper with somebody, or if they have, if they have a question about your program, or how long it is, or how much it is. Like, start by engaging with them and asking them questions. What are they struggling with? What are some of their, pain points around what you're selling? Like, where is the transformation? Where do they want to go? How do they want to feel differently? And where would they love to see themselves go in, 4 weeks, 8 weeks, however long your program is. So that's just one of my favorite tips that I have when I'm talking with people, because that's how you really get to know them, instead of just pushing all that information of here's what you get, here's what you get. And yes, they might be asking that question, but take the time to understand hey, where, tell me more about what you're looking for, and tell me more about the type of coach that you want to work with, and get to know them on that even deeper level. And you'll notice that your business will grow. And you'll also get really good content ideas too. You're connecting with your audience, you're showing them how engaged you are with them. Hi, April. And you're getting to hear more about, oh, okay, these are what the people that are following me, this is what they're struggling with, this is how I can help them, this is what they're going through right now, this is why my program is going to be a good fit, and you're able to paint that picture. So if that's something that you've struggled with, or if you're I'm working on that now, like I said, I always kind of call it the giving it all the way on the first date. You gotta leave some of the magic up to it, because as women, we're not necessarily buying the fact that there's 12 coaching calls in there. We're buying, what's gonna happen on the outside of that. We're, tapping into that emotion, tapping into that feeling. So think about how you buy, and think about that in emails, or in Facebook Lives, or in groups. What are you looking for? Because often we're gonna attract the same type of people that are interested in the same type of things, or the ways that we put things out there. So just some things to think about. I think that was everything that I wanted to chat with you guys about tonight. So to kind of recap, if you're launching right now, or you're selling something, number one, stop giving up before it even starts. If you got 48 hours left in your launch, there's still plenty of freaking time for amazing things to happen. So be open to the miracles, be open to the crazy things that 10 more people could come in that night. But when you still have time left, you still have time left. Number two, stop giving it all away on the first date. So putting out all that information to them, connect with them, ask them questions, be able to grow. Hi, Leah. And get to know their pain points, and get to know what their transformation, tapping into that emotion. And the third thing is work on receiving, especially this time of the year. If you're a giver and you put out so much information and you're very heart-centered, we also have to learn how to receive for us too. So allowing yourself to do something for you, taking yourself out to dinner, just saying thank you without justification of, what it costs or what you did or all the things, just practice saying thank you, practice asking for help, even in the littlest things that you do every single day. If you need somebody to get the door for you, if you need someone to take your children for an hour so you can take a shower or take a nap, be open to asking for help and receiving that. Or if somebody offers you help this time of the year, let's say you're having the holidays over at your place and someone's like, can I help you? And if normally you would say no, this year I want you to say yes, because receiving, selling, all of that is so connected. And when you become a better receiver, you'll notice that you're able to receive the clients, you're able to receive, the money in your bank account, and it all brings itself together. So if you guys jumped on more so towards the end, make sure you go back and watch it from the beginning. I am gonna go ask for help. I know, right? It's so, terrifying, and I was the same way. Asking for help, I was nope. I wore it a badge of honor that I could do it all myself, because I my MO, and some things that even now I'll catch myself kind of falling into it is that overachiever. Let me accomplish all the things, let me do all the things by myself, because then it's gonna be worthy. But that's bullshit. That's not true. It's not any more rewarding or any more successful if I just do it by myself, or if I'm not able to ask for help. The task still gets done. There's more power in being able to ask and then receive that without that justification. So like I said, if you guys jumped on a little bit late, go back and watch from the beginning, because we talked a lot more about that receiving energy there. I'm going to go see apparently what Ziggy is eating, because I'm pretty sure it is one of my things that my mom sent me for Christmas. So That's gonna be fun. We'll see what he got into. But yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are, and if you're watching the replay, comment below, and then I'll go back and interact with you guys as you're watching live. I think I'm gonna keep on the live video train, and I'm gonna go inside of my Facebook group next, Burnout to Breakthrough. That's my private Facebook community. We're just gonna keep the train on in there. So if you're like, I feel like binge watching Erin do lives tonight, I'm just gonna go live in all the places. And also on Monday, Rise and Receive starts. So if you've been looking to, kind of get your shit together after, this year, and you're like, I know that I want 2019 to be different for me. I want to feel excited about my business. I want to have a game plan. I want to just kind of take all these ideas that are in my head, and I want to have that impact. I want to work on my receiving and being able to ask for help and receiving the clients and the money in my bank account and all the things. Yay, Allie, I'm excited too. This program, I was literally working on it earlier, just like a random side note. I was like crying as I'm like typing out things for the calls, because I was like, oh my God, like everything that's inside this program is like the shit that really helped me change and grow so much, even in this past year. Because for those of you that have followed me for years online, like this year was like massive expansion. And so I'm taking all of that, putting it into this program. It's gonna be super fun. We're mapping out your business vision, and we're also talking about receiving, and we're talking about a lot about some money mindset stuff too, because I'm like, if I had to pick all the things that really changed for me this year, it's being able to receive, it was working on my money mindset, and it was having this bigger business vision and making decisions from a place that I wanted to be, not from where I was at in that current moment. So that starts on Monday. If you guys have questions or you want to jump in, just send me a message and I'll get you the link. But yeah, that's all I got for tonight. So as always, I'm gonna end this video just like I do voicemails, which is always super awkward. So I love you guys. Thanks for jumping on, and we'll chat soon. Bye.